can't wait to see what the scene with the aeroplane is with Lucia taking out that guy on the airplane tires. So that's going to be one of my interesting scenes. But I think the story is going to probably interlink like really intricate relationship between Jason, Lucia, and other characters, but also how does their business empire take hold, right?
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly right. No, 100%. I think sort of the thing is in relation to the story, like especially what we've seen so far, we've seen the themes, especially what Rockstar have hinted at of like trust, betrayal, and obviously love. Like for example, in trailer one, towards the end of the trailer, where Lucia says to Jason like trust, and then he utters back to her saying trust. Like there seems to be a lot of that type of those type of themes in relation to that, in relation to the story, that I think we're going to be seeing quite a fair bit of within GTA 6's story. And it's something that I'm actually hyped for quite a fair bit because I've mentioned this previous times, even for my previous videos and previous live streams, that, and even with the other creators that have been on this channel, that it really does seem like it's going to be a much more grounded story compared to GTA 5. GTA 5, the issue with it, with a lot of people's concern in relation to the story, was that it kind of felt like it was quite wacky. It didn't feel that serious and grounded. And it kind of felt like you were disconnected from the protagonists, that being Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. So it really does seem like this time with Lucia and Jason, it's not only more grounded, but it's also the first time as well that we are going to be seeing a love duo between both of them, and a Bonnie and Clyde inspired one. So that's something that I'm really hyped to see, because we've never seen a love dynamic that are two protagonists, and especially as well in adding to that the first non-optional female lead protagonist. So yeah, that's something that I'm really hyped to see, because it changes up the whole dynamic, and it's something new for Rockstar. It's a bold move by them. So yeah, what did you make of that? I guess actually I'll ask you the question in terms of like the lead protagonist, that being the first female lead. What's your thoughts on that?
It's definitely a step in the right direction. I think Rockstar have been very successful with just the male protagonists, but I think they're also trying to go for a little bit of different market share as well, trying to get like a lot more women and females trying to play the game as well, which I always think is really really handy. I did like the fact you mentioned Bonnie and Clyde. My only concern is that the real life Bonnie and Clyde never made it out in the end. They were gunned down. So I'm just like, I hope Rockstar don't go down that similar route. Like it'd be definitely shock value for sure. But I'm just like, don't really like that. That's the way the story is gonna go. But yeah, I definitely think Lucia brings a lot from a sort of female perspective, but also from the Latin American community as well. Obviously the game's going back to Vice City and Leonida, right? And there's also going to be, you would think, a high Cuban contingent in there as well. So I definitely see what Rockstar are trying to go for. They're trying to capture different market share just to make their game more profitable. But I think that also means it's going to be a good product for us in the long run as well.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Yeah, with them introducing a female lead, it changes up the dynamic and introduces something new for the first time into the franchise. And for a lot of fans out there, obviously, it's completely new territory, right? Because the whole audience of everyone that's played a lot of the GTA titles over the many years have been used to a male protagonist, whether it's Claude from GTA 3, whether it's CJ from San Andreas, whether it's Tommy Vercetti from Vice City, whether it's Nico Bellic from 4, and of course our three protagonists within 5. And then this time when we heard about a female lead protagonist, and the first time we actually heard about it was in 2021 when Tom Henderson, one of the industry insiders and leakers within the gaming industry, came out and said that there was going to be a female lead protagonist for the first time in the GTA series in GTA 6. And a lot of people were quite skeptical and hesitant to believe that. And they were like, even though this guy has a good track record and he's reliable, people were like, female lead? Like, why would that be in this new Grand Theft Auto title? Like, a female protagonist, and people started sort of pointing to like the political side of things, like, this game's going to be woke, and this game's going to be woke, GTA 6 is going to be woke, and you still sort of get that, but not as much now because we've seen Lucia, especially when the September 22 leak footage came out, and we saw how Lucia looked, and people were saying like, she looks good, this and that. She doesn't have blue hair, green hair, or anything like that that you see with a lot of the feminists out there, and that might hurt a lot of people with that comment that I make. But it's true though. the fact that Rockstar really focused on creating sort of a badass type of female lead character that not only looks good, but also seems like she's actually going to be really, really interesting and grounded, and something that I'm actually quite hyped to see much more so of her. Of course, when we get more trailer footage and more things about her. So, yeah, it's definitely new territory for Rockstar. But I do think that not only is the story going to be much more grounded, but having a female lead protagonist such as Lucia is something that's going to be really, really exciting and cool for the franchise. So, yeah. Did you actually a question to you, Ketch? Do you remember when the leaked footage came out? What were your thoughts about when the leaked footage came out? I don't think I've actually spoken about the leaked footage too much in terms of people's reactions and the other creators I've had here on the channel. So yeah, what was your thoughts when the leaked footage came back out? Was it 3 years ago now, or nearly 3 years ago, actually, next month?
Yeah, I was going to say you're referencing the 2022 leaks, right, Vice?
Yes, that's correct. The leaked footage. That was a 90 leaked clips from T-Bot
Yeah.
at the time. Yeah.
To be honest, when I saw that and just on how quickly Rockstar moved to get all that stuff taken down. I mean, they didn't really succeed in getting it all taken down because there's still bits and pieces out there that you can find. But the fact that they, took it down so quickly suggested to me that they didn't necessarily want that to get out, and that's, why it was leaked. But it just looks so basic and bare bones. Like, if you compare that to what we've now got with trailer 2, it is night and day, like 100%. There's so much difference between what we saw in those leaks to what we got in trailer 2. I mean, Lucia doesn't even look like Lucia. That's the funniest part. So I think Rockstar have done quite a good deal in managing to bring the characters to a level which is so realistic from what we got in those 2022 leaks.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's definitely a massive step up from the leaks. Like that's a crazy thing. Like when that leak footage came out, I remember when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, that can't be GTA 6." Can it? It looked like sort of like a finished Ubisoft game. But when you sort of looked more at the clips and you looked at the animations and stuff, and yes, obviously it's unfinished, it's not completed. But that was something that I was quite like surprised by, was the fact that it looks pretty decent for an unfinished title, that for a game that's in development. So my at the time though, when I saw it, and I was like, wow, this really is GTA 6 early footage that we're seeing. I couldn't believe I made a video on it at the time. This is the early days when I first started up the channel. It's funny. It's like, yeah, I've had the channel for a few years now, but when I think about that, I'm like, wow. When that footage came out and it dropped, it was a pretty monumental moment. I actually kind of remember when that footage came out, one of the first leaked clips that got onto YouTube. I do remember there was probably maybe it would have been maybe like probably maybe an hour or something like that, maybe less than that after the leaks came out and they were officially released by sorry, not officially, but leaked out, I should say, sorry, by that leaker. It was number one trending on YouTube, and it was like 4 million views in like the first hour, which was like crazy. That obviously video that got taken down, and then the leaks kept getting re-uploaded. But yeah, it was a crazy moment within the community, and just seeing GTA 6 early footage for the first time was something that I was like, wow. And pretty much everyone else had that same feeling as well. But compared to the leak footage, and obviously what we've seen in both trailers, it's like a night and day difference between like the character models that we saw of Jason and Lucia at the time in 2022, and from trailer 1, the end of 2023, and then now in 2025, in the last couple of months. So yeah, it's shaping up to be like and the game's not even out yet. Like the fact that Rockstar still has 9 to 10 months left to not only iron out the bugs, but also polish the character models and polish the world of Vice City and Leonida. Like, it's already looking spectacular and phenomenal. Like, can you imagine another more 9-10 months of polish? Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Like an extra 9-10 months of polish, and it's already looking spectacular at the moment. What are your thoughts on that?
If trailer 2 is the appetizer for what we're eventually going to get, then I just noticed the comment in the chat where it was like GTA 6 looks more like RDR2 on steroids, and Victor's got it on point. Like from a graphic perspective, it pretty much will be. Like honestly, when the game does eventually come out, I expect it to be 10 times better than what we got in trailer 2. That's how good I think Rockstar can make it.
Yeah.
Like that says a lot. So just from that. And obviously, they've got probably top of the line graphic designers and artists and whatnot who are just like, probably, I don't know, maybe in their 10th draft, if you will. So they probably have like, another 3 or 4 drafts to go, right, before their final copy is then released to the public. Yeah, just to sum up that point, the graphics are going to be insane. That's pretty much all I was going to say, really. We're going, into a new era, effectively, of graphics for gaming. Like, just look from the last GTA game to now, night and day. We are in for something amazing, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. And the thing is when a new Grand Theft Auto title gets released, right? It's a cultural event. I've mentioned this to previous creators here on live streams, and even in my previous videos as well. That anytime a new GTA gets released, it's always a big event, right? It's sort of like Avengers Endgame, like it's that big of a deal, and we're going to be seeing it everywhere. And the coverage from even the news channels such as CBS, CNN, and Fox News, they've already even covered the trailers, funnily enough. I think CBS has already posted some coverage on their YouTube channel and even on their television network, of course, in America there, in regards to the both trailers. So that just goes to show you how big this is going to be, how big of a release is going to be, especially because, especially a lot of the news channels out there, they like to talk about how much money the game is going to generate. And with GTA 6, that's going to be no exception. Yeah, like I'll probably pose this to the chat actually. What do you guys predict that GTA 6 is going to make in one day? How much do you reckon GTA 6 is going to make in one day? Just for context, GTA 5 made $800 million in its first day and $1 billion in its first 3 days. So based off that there, that was 2013. So take inflation into account as well. What do you guys think? 200 to 500 million as a conservative estimate for the first day. Is that right?
Yeah, that's a conservative estimate. Like, I think it'll probably be more than that. Um, but there could be something that happens. A certain region is not able to release the game, sort of thing, and it just doesn't go as high as it should. But if everything goes according to plan, it might be more than that. That's why I put conservative estimate.
So what would be if you put that as a conservative estimate there? What would you say is? Would you say it could reach, in your opinion, perhaps maybe a billion or?
I'd say a billion's probably the goal for Rockstar in a day.
Mm,
Whether it reaches that amount, who knows?
mm.
But it's gonna be interesting to see how far it can go. Like, I do think a billion is possible because of all the hype surrounding it, and a lot of people who played GTA 5 are now a lot older. And there's now a new generation of people as well who are going to beg their parents to play GTA 6. So, in all honesty, it could.
Yeah, yeah. I think that you're putting that conservative amount. Like, I think it's going to be much more so than that personally for me, just based off what GTA 5 did, considering there was already quite a lot at the time. But I do think also as well that the pre-orders, like people pre-ordering the game, I think that's going to be like a significant volume of people pre-ordering the game, right? Like you think about it, once the pre-orders go live, it's going to be crazy. So I think that when taking that into account as well, it may even go past a billion. So, yeah, like I say, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But it's an interesting thought and interesting predictions for us to try and think about of GTA 6's numbers within that first day. Upper Robin goes maybe a couple trillion. But you never know, man. Maybe over its lifespan, who knows? As you're saying, Ketch, sorry, cut you off.
They might be able to sort out the US's debt if it sold that many copies. If they made that much money.
That's true. That's true.